And we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome into the channel. I'm Star the Flippin' Hippo. If you're new here, I am one half of a partnership. My life and business partner, Keith, does reselling full-time with me. We both do this full-time. We sell on multiple platforms. We have tons of streams of income coming in, including this channel. And this is a teaching channel. So if you're new here, you'll learn something maybe. I try to teach on all of my videos and show the reality of reselling, which isn't always glamorous. I guess that's it. I don't want to do a big intro because I feel like a lot of you are returning and been here forever, and you hear this every week and you're like, geez, Star, we know who you are. We know who Keith is. We don't need to keep hearing it. So let's just say hi to some folks in the chat. Colleen is here. Hello, Colleen. Welcome in. Storage Scavenger, Deanna, Scott. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while in a live show. Lucille, Beth from Georgia. Welcome in. We got about 24 people already, so this must be like a really good topic. I don't know why I'm pulling this over here because I'm not prepared. Most of you probably know that I prepare for online videos with notes. I did some pre-recording videos that are going to come out later this week today, but I didn't make any notes for this show. Keith is the purple hippo on the left. No, the pink hippo is Hannah. The big gray one is Henry. You will probably never see Keith unless you happen to meet us in person at some kind of meetup or eBay open or something. Then you'll see him, but he doesn't get on camera. He is real. Lots of folks say he's not, but he is. In fact, Scott and Colleen both in the chat have met him at eBay open and elsewhere. Colleen's actually been on vacations with us. So hi, you man. I'm probably saying that wrong. That's okay, though. Forgive me. Thrifty Space Queen, welcome in. Colleen says he's real and he's my fave. He's very quiet. That's why we like him, because we can all talk. Thrifty Space Queen just finished accounting exam, the last thing I needed to do before Thanksgiving. Hey, that's great. Now you got all this extra time to source and list and work on your business. And Sabrina's here. Welcome. So I don't have any notes. I'm absolutely not prepared. I'm just going to go off the cuff and talk about what we're doing in case of another shutdown. So it looks like it's inevitable. A lot of states are already moving forward in the initial stages of closing down schools and sending kids home for remote learning. I have some friends who've already been sent back home to work from home instead of coming into the office. I haven't seen any shutdowns like we had back in March yet, but I kind of feel like they're coming down the pipeline. If they're sending kids home from school and they're sending people home from work, it's coming. It's inevitable. They said way back at the beginning of the year there'd be a second wave in the winter, and they said from the beginning when they started to open things back up in most states, they said they would go backwards if the cases increased. I know like Pennsylvania's plan was really convoluted and different counties had different color codings, but basically it was, we'll open up to this, and as long as this happens, we'll go to this. But if this happens, we'll go backwards. So I just kind of really feel like it's coming. It's going to be here sooner than we think. And if you haven't been out to the stores lately, which we really haven't, I hear they're wiping out the toilet paper and complete the cleaning supplies again, which blows my mind. I don't understand why we all need to stock up on toilet paper. This is not cholera. This is not a virus that makes us poop a lot. It really doesn't make sense at all. Sorry, I'm just trying to make light of a situation, but from what I understand, the stores are running out of certain items again. Toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning items. Hopefully it won't be as bad as it was back in the middle of March. We couldn't even find like hamburger meat here. That like regular ground beef or chicken or anything to cook meals with. We had to kind of like go around to different stores and try to find meat. And if we couldn't find it, we were eating like stew out of the can. I just hope it doesn't get that bad again, because I don't really feel like people need to stock up them. I don't understand why people do it. I don't understand why people do it. Essential stores stay open. Grocery stores will still be available. And if you don't want to leave your house and go shopping, you can order stuff online. I don't understand why people have to. I just don't. But anyway, that's not the point of the video. I see some people coming in, so let's say hi real quick. Thrifty Space Queen says her daughter's already on remote learning. Kara, did I say hi to you? Hello. David's here. Guys, say hi to David. He's one of my favorite couples in the world. Hawaii Flyer. Hi, Hawaii Flower Child. I can say your name, I promise. California, parts of Hawaii already shut down. Hey, Diana, welcome in. Or Diane, sorry, Diane. Welcome into the live show. There's Gnome and the Frog. That's both Dave and Bill. There with the blue wrench. Say hi to them. Anyway, I just feel like all the signs are there. I'm looking back at what was going on at the end of February, the beginning of March. We started to notice that the shelves were being cleared off. And, you know, I think the biggest thing is when they start sending kids home for remote learning, you know it's coming. And if they go back to a full shutdown and say only essential places will be open, that includes like your grocery stores, your restaurants, your laundromats, but it's not going to include your thrift stores and your Goodwills. So what happens when everything is shut down and you can't go thrifting? Well, I can tell you from experience, we learned the very, very hard way. If you don't have a death pile, you have to learn to adapt very quickly, or you could lose your whole business. Long story short, because I'm sure that many of you have already heard this a million times, but if you haven't heard it, it's new to you. We had a pretty big death pile and a pretty big I don't want to pile in September of 2019, because we do kind of prepare for the winter. Every year we live in Pennsylvania, so we do get snowed in. We get big snowstorms. We get icy roads. We get really cold weather with bitter wind chills. It'll be below zero sometimes in the winter. So we would always build up a huge death pile coming out of the end of the summer that we would have through the winter to sustain us, in case we couldn't get out because of the weather, or, you know, just didn't want to, because who wants to go out when it's negative 20 with a wind chill? And then we would have that to fall back on in the winter if we had to. And then come spring and summer, we would pull back on thrifting a little bit and finish up those death piles. Well, for whatever reason, in September of 2020, we had a huge death pile. We had just so much stuff, and we had like tons of I don't want us and just stuff everywhere. So we decided not to source for 5 months, except for a small stint in October. We did visit Florida in October of 2019, and we thrifted while we were there around a bunch of stores in Tampa with Casey, and then we shipped all of that home to us. But then we did not source at all until like the very end of February. We got through all of our death piles, all of our I don't want us. And to be honest with you guys, I used to be like, I wouldn't really say anti-death pile. Like in a state like this, you kind of have to have one just in case. But I kind of was anti-death pile. So I felt like you should always have enough extra in case you got snowed in for a weekend or two, or had icy roads, or the weather was really cold. But building up huge death piles was not anything I was fond of. And I hated the fact that ours was so big. And so for 5 months, we didn't source, and we worked on it. And I remember being so proud when we finally got through it and everything was all caught up and we had absolutely nothing left. And then we got to go out to the thrift stores 2 times, and both times were kind of a bust. We did not find a lot, just a couple dozen items, maybe, not even really enough to list for a week. And we went twice, and then the shutdown happened. And so wholesale definitely saved our business. We learned to adapt pretty quickly through our connections and Casey's connections that we've made in the community and on social media and on our Shopify wholesale website. We managed to procure enough inventory to get through the shutdown and keep our business alive. And then we got kind of addicted to it, and now we love wholesale, and that's pretty much all we do anymore. We don't really go out and thrift that often. I think since the shutdown ended and we've opened back up, we may have been thrifting twice. I feel like twice maybe. I'd have to go back and look at our haul videos, but I really think it's only been like 2 or 3 times that we've been back out thrifting because now we're addicted to wholesale. Now we get boxes of 3, 4, 5, 600 items at a time coming right to our door or right to our post office, delivered directly to us. We don't have to drive anywhere. We don't have to dig through the racks. We don't have to keep finding the same bread and butter items over and over again. We're getting a lot of Bolo and luxury brand items, new to us brands that we've never heard of. And we're learning about different brands that we would never have seen here. So we are definitely, on the wholesale train. But the thing is, even with all of our wholesale, we don't know that we have enough to sustain through another shutdown, being that we're both full-time and we're doubling down on listing. As long as sales are slow, we're just going to keep listing. So we have been thrifting. But let me say hi to some folks in the chat. I see a bunch of activity over here going on. Deb came in. Vicky, welcome. Hi. Better Barbie. Shelly Sweet Finds is here. Welcome in. Liz Moore built the massive death pile. Nina's here from Alabama. Bill and Dave have been building a pile. Alfredo's here from Florida, and Swimmerization is here. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. I don't know if PA is going to. I see all the signs, and I feel like we're going to shut down. But everything I've been Googling, our state health secretary, I forget her title. I'm pretty sure it's like the health secretary of state. Somebody help me out here. She advises our governor on the virus. She's been saying that we're, as a state, handling it really well, that we don't have any overruns at the hospital. She's saying that at the beginning of this, we had a 30% intubation rate. I was going to say incubation. That's not right. Intubation on the respirators. It's down to like 9% here in the state, and it's 12% as an average across the country. So as a state, we're handling it really well. And I guess our medical workers and frontline people have learned how to treat it and deal with it a little bit better. Secretary of Health, thank you very much. So everything I've been reading coming from her, that's been the story, but you never know. And I don't really want to, Casey. So Casey's here on the wrong account. Stark Ribbon Wild, welcome in, and awesome that you found a bunch of boots. And thank you so much for putting that up, Noman the Frog. I appreciate that. That is our link to our wholesale website. So if you're looking to purchase items in preparation of stocking up, and you don't want to have to run around to 50 million thrift stores to build up your pile, that is a viable resource. That is our Shopify. We sell wholesale for our own purchases that we've made in bulk with Casey. And then we also help other resellers to sell their stuff off in big wholesale lots or big lots. And we have everything. We have clothes, we have hard goods. I've seen fishing lures on there, jewelry. There's all kinds of stuff on there for every type of reseller, from boxes with 100 items to 400 or 500 items, depending on how much you want. And all price ranges too. There's stuff from 50 on up. Dr. I always want to say Levine, but it might be Levine, but it's Dr. Levine. She is a Secretary of Health here, and I've been looking up what her stance has been and what she's been saying, just to try to stay ahead of it. Maybe I was on the right account. That's funny. So welcome in, Casey, and thanks for coming to say hi.
I am losing my train of thought. I actually love live shows. I get into the chat and then I forget. So if you want to build up your inventory or your wholesale, you can always shop our Shopify and find stuff there. So here's what Keith and I are doing. I'm going to tell you what we did because we did a thing. And then we did a couple other things. And I might be going a little overboard. Maybe going into the first shutdown with absolutely no death pile at all has made me a little crazy and a little ready for over preparation. But tell me what you've been doing in the chat. Have you guys been building piles? Have you guys been shopping extra? Let me know, and I'm going to tell you exactly what we've done. You can talk to Keith while I'm on live. He's in the other room. He has his phone. He's a big boy. So we went to 2 different thrift stores on Sunday. I know, right? We don't ever go to thrift stores anymore. And I bought every pair of jeans that was even bread and butter. Not low end like crap or poop. But if it's bread and butter and I knew I could sell it for 20 or more, it came home with me. I bought tons of shoes. I'm not kidding you. I'm going to show you guys this on Friday. I'm going to do a live haul show, a live haul video on Friday around 3:30 p.m. Eastern. I think it was like right at 100 items, and Keith may have found a handful of shirts, and I found tons of jeans and some shoes. We are going out tomorrow morning again to another Goodwill that has a half off day on a certain color tag. I don't know what color it is until I get there, but they do a different color every week. So we're driving 40 minutes away to one that we know is in a little bit better neighborhood and tends to get a little bit better brands, because the ones around here that we typically just go in the circle to, or that we used to, have the same brands over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and it's always bread and butter, and you'll find one Robert Graham every 5 years. It's just the area that we live in. That's why we have a volume-based business. That's why we have a bread and butter business, because we can only find those kinds of things near to us. But there is a Goodwill. It's a pretty good drive. We actually took Bill and David there when they visited last year, September. Bill and David will remember it because it's the one that was near the mall where we went to eat the pizza. We're going to drive out there. They tend to have a lot of bread and butter items too, but sometimes we can find better brands or newer tags. So we're going to go there and see what's what, but because it's not 99-cent day and it's half off day, who knows what we're going to find and what we're going to be willing to pay for. So we did that. We went to one thrift store. We're going to another one tomorrow. I ordered 2 of the blue box plush mystery boxes off of Goodwill. I kind of want to order 2 more, but there is a part of my brain that is still rational that's saying, wait till you get the first 2 and unbox them and see what's inside before you order 2 more. Because if I get complete and utter poop, you know what I mean? But then again, the other side of my brain that's not so rational, that's like, buy everything and stock up now before the shutdown, wants me to buy 2 more. And I know that Robert buys them on the regular. You guys know Robert, Zombie Bargain Hunter, the other big plush seller. He buys those Goodwill blue boxes all the time. He buys like 6 at a time, like every week, and he gets pretty decent stuff. So I'm probably going to order 2 more before I even see these first 2. Last night I went and ordered 2 50-pound boxes of rescue thread up denim rescue boxes. There you go. So I ordered 2 50-pound boxes of that. I'm going to have a total of 4. I know I'm going to order the other 2 Friday. The boxes from Goodwill drop on Friday evenings, by the way. So I'm going to order 2 more of those. So I'll have 4 boxes of plush coming, and then I'll have 100 pounds of denim, whatever we just sourced on Sunday, whatever we get tomorrow. Possibly going out one more time this coming Sunday to a couple different Goodwills to see what we can find. And then we already have 2 big boxes like this full in our eBay room up here. We have 3 more downstairs. And then we just ordered another 300-piece wholesale lot to come here. And I don't think I'm done. So it's going to be, I'm just going to keep buying stuff because I can't see being stuck without stuff again. Colleen has 5,000 pieces stockpiled. That's a little bit much. I think I'll stop before I get that much. That would be more than we even have listed. That'd be like, we have half of that listed right now. So, what trends? I don't know. Maybe the same as before. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you what trends. 2020 is just the year that just keeps surprising everybody. Back when the shutdown first happened, people were buying puzzles and books, and they were doing new hobbies and learning new things and learning how to cook and bake bread. By the time, if it happens again, a second shutdown, people probably aren't going to be as excited and thrilled as, when the first one happened and people were like, oh, it's bonus time. It's additional extra time I'm getting in my life to learn how to play guitar, learn how to bake bread. I think a second one is just going to be like, geez, more time off work. We didn't get a stimulus. How are we going to work? How are we going to pay our bills? People are just going to be bored and fed up, I think. Morgan says, I've made a few bulk purchases and I try to source as often as I can. Living an hour away from somewhere can be tough. A big death pile, but I cherry pick good items. Thrift store. Yeah. See, we have a volume-based business for a reason, because if we were to just cherry pick, say like we said, we only wanted like Bolo brands or items that we're going to sell for 30 or more, we'd probably bring home 4 things a week. And Bill and Dave have been to my Goodwills. They can attest that you can go into any Goodwill here and come out with armfuls of American Eagle, Gap, Old Navy, Gloria Vanderbilt, all those kinds of jeans. You can come out with armfuls and armfuls and armfuls, and you can maybe go to 7 Goodwills and find 1 pair of silver or Miss Me or something like that. Trying to just catch up on the chat, guys. I don't mess around, Colleen. No, 5,000 items. You sure don't. I've been sourcing. Yeah, I'm probably never going to do a video on how I clean the shoes because nope, not going to happen. I might show them on a haul video and I might not, because they stay out in the hallway drenched in Lysol until photograph time, and that's when I clean them. I just can't. But like I said, I'm trying to buy all the things and a variety of things. And cart full of Plush, just cleared them out. You can go through Plush pretty fast. Plush can be really fast. I haven't even received the Plush in the mail. You man. So I don't know. It depends on when they finally get delivered, and then Robert and I have to correspond our schedules. But we will be doing 2 live shows, one on here and one on his channel, opening a box apiece. Some stores are considering Plush as virus betters, probably, but if you look at it that way, everything is. Resell Rejects bought a pallet in October, has about half left. A couple of Plush boxes. Yep, I would still get more if I were you, because we could be in for the long haul. Who knows? Our Salvation Army has never put it out. Here's the link again. Hold on, I saw something about they already canceled Mardi Gras parades. That's not even until March. How do they know what's going to be happening in March? Yes, I just rolled my eyes. Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. Cindy says my job hasn't opened back up yet. Where am I at? I'm in near Pittsburgh. Swimmerization, I feel that way about the bins near me. I don't even really like the bins, to be honest with you. I think they're a very good place for brand new resellers to get a start at, because you can go in with like $20 and get like, 10 to 15 pounds of stuff to get started with. And then you can just keep taking your profits from that and turning it over until you build up a lot of inventory or whatever. But once we built up over 1,000 listings and we had enough capital that we could actually start shopping at thrift stores off the rack more often, and we found that we had 99-cent Sundays at the Goodwill. We used to have a little honeypot thrift, but it closed in 2018. But way back when, they had a 99-cent Saturday. So once we had like 1,000 items listed and we had enough capital, we just started going to thrift stores for all of our stuff. And now we mostly buy wholesale. It's nothing like what you guys are probably thinking. Like, a lot of people don't like the bins because they think they're icky or gross, which they are, let's be honest. But I don't like them because of my bad back. It's really hard for me to dig in those bins. I really have a hard time standing for longer than 5 or 10 minutes at a time without being in pain, especially if you're trying to bend over and dig. I just don't like the bins. I just personally don't like them, but I recommend them to new resellers because they're a place where you can go, like I said, with just $20 in your pocket and get a pretty good start on inventory and just keep going back and getting more and more. It's how we started. So we started with $20 at the bins and built up to where we're at. So it is a viable option. And if you can stand all day and dig and stuff and you don't mind it, it's a pretty decent place to get stuff. Well, here's the thing. Brooke Norris asks or says, I don't know if I need to stock up or liquidate. If you liquidate and you don't have enough to sell, you may have to go out of business. You may not make enough money to sustain yourself or your reselling business or pay your bills or whatever you do with your reselling. Like, if you're doing this full time and you don't have enough stuff to sell, obviously you're going to be put in a situation where you might not be able to pay your bills or whatever. If it's part-time or a hobby, I guess it wouldn't be that detrimental. But anyway, my point is, if you stock up and people don't buy it, you can always liquidate later. You can always sell off your stuff in lots or wholesale later, and we can even help you with that on our Shopify. But if you liquidate now and you don't have enough stuff, you might be hurting yourself. Worst case with stocking up is having to liquidate later. That's me with shoes, absolutely. Liz has got to go do packages. I've only ever done it one time. I just purchased 2 of the blue boxes of Plush. I had a specific link that directly linked to the Plush boxes. So it was listed. It was posted in our Facebook group. And if I order again this Friday, I'll post it again. I'm pretty sure it was right off the Goodwill website, but it was like a direct link to the Plush that Robert gave me. Yeah, my arms hurt too. That's another thing because I'm 5 foot tall. So, yep. Medical bills can be scary. I was put in a situation when I first got hurt at work and was disabled and couldn't work anymore. This was sink or swim for us. So I had to make it work. But I think we're all better off stocking up right now because the worst case scenario is your stuff sells. That's the worst case scenario. If you stock up and you have a lot of inventory, it's either going to sell on eBay or you're going to liquidate it later and still make a little bit of profit. You won't make as much profit as if you sold them one by one, piece by piece on eBay, but you'll still make a little bit more than you spent. And that's the worst case. If you run out of stuff to list and you don't have anything to work on and we're in the middle of a shutdown, worst case scenario is you stop selling stuff because you're not listing new items. You run out of items to list, your store goes stagnant, and you're not making enough money to sustain yourself. So I think we're better off if we stock up. I mean, if we go through another shutdown, we're all going to be stuck at home with nothing to do anyway, which we pretty much already are, because what we can do is very limited right now. So we all have extra time to be listing, right? Right? I hope the answer is yes. I hope we're using our extra time wisely. We've had a lot of extra time in 2020 in general, so we should have all been being productive and listing more and doing more with our businesses and creating multiple streams of income and cross-posting to other platforms and not just vegging out in front of Netflix. But I don't know. It's been about a half an hour. I was going to keep tonight pretty short. So, and if you guys have any last minute questions, comments, concerns, throw them over there. I'll get to them before I let you go. I do have an announcement before I go. You guys are going to laugh at me. I will not be having a live show next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, the Shadowlands expansion for World of Warcraft drops. And Keith and I will be taking most of the day off to play our video game. And this is a tradition. It's been a tradition for us since it's been a long time, a lot of years, 2012, 2014. But every time World of Warcraft drops a new expansion, even back when we used to work outside of the house, we always would put in the request at our job to take the day off of work. And then we would spend the entire day playing World of Warcraft and ordering in food so we didn't have to cook or do dishes. And we would just play that first day that the expansion dropped. And now that we own our own businesses and we're our own bosses, we can do whatever we want. We don't have to put in a request for a day off and wait for somebody to give us permission and tell us it's okay. But in the same vein, because we own our own business, there's certain things that we have to do every single day. So we can't take the whole day off. We'll be getting up and going through our normal morning routine of ending and relisting items and sharing Posh. Of course, we'll have to do shipping. So we'll be doing like a half day of work, and then we'll be taking the rest of the day off to play World of Warcraft. But it's a tradition for us. Every time a new expansion comes out, we take the day off. So I'm not going to be doing a live show next Tuesday evening. I'm going to skip a week unless the blue boxes come in or one of my ThreadUp boxes come in, and then I would do a live show early Tuesday afternoon for an unboxing. So if something arrives in the post office, either from Goodwill or ThreadUp between now and next Tuesday, after we do shipping, I'll go ahead and do a live unboxing real quick before I take the rest of the day off. Otherwise, you won't see me. And I'll be back Friday this week, 3:30 p.m. Eastern, with all of our thrift hauls from this past weekend and what we get tomorrow. It's a lot. We got a lot of stuff, so I may not show you every single item. I'll probably cherry pick it out so I can keep the showdown to around 40 minutes. But all right, let me catch up on the chat, and then I'm going to let you guys go so we can all be productive. Another shutdown will be good for us. Yeah, I think that's what you're trying to say. Hold on a minute. I believe there is a certain time they drop, and I want to, off the top of my head, say 6 or 6:30, but that's probably wrong. Usually, if I see Robert post it, I'll know. Like I said, I've only ever bought them one time, and that was last Friday. So I want to say 6 or 6:30, but I didn't even think about it last week that I wanted to buy some for the past 2 months and kept forgetting until like 8 o'clock at night. So I can't give you a specific time, but Robert might know. If you're in the group, you can ask him, tag him and ask him. The Goodwill plush boxes drop Friday. The blue boxes specifically that I'm talking about, they only drop on Fridays. Bear Kitty says, "What are you going to main?" Right now, my main character is a hunter. She's the new race, the foxes. I can't even remember what their actual race name is, but they're little foxes. I don't know, probably my hunter, maybe. I'm leveling up a shadow priest right now, and I'm really liking her. Nerd talk, guys. Nerd talk. Hey, Donna, welcome in. Everyone's like, good for you. Nerd City. Thrifty Luhu. There is an entire reason why you should be ending and selling similar your items, and I have tons of videos on this channel about that very same subject. So if you have some free time, you can go to my main channel page and you can search for sell similar or unlisted. I think that might pull it up too, but I don't have time to get into it right now because there's like a whole theory and a whole process behind it. But you should be doing it yourself. And no, it doesn't save you on fees, but it does help you in the long run. I don't even know what WoW is. It's a video game that's been around for 20 years. Okay, it looks like I just caught up on all the chat. Robert's channel is Zombie Bargain Hunter. He puts links in the Facebook group. Make sure you're a member over there. Hit the thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Join the Facebook group. It's called Flippin Hippos Reseller Pod. Feel free to go on there and tag me if you have any questions at any time. If you guys are looking for specific videos or have specific questions, that's the best and fastest way to get a hold of me. Thrifty Luhu, do make sure you look for those videos because there's a whole reason behind ending your items early and relisting them that helps your overall search placement and your items in searches and stuff. It is 6 p.m. I was right. I said I felt like it was 6 or 6:30, but I was sure I was wrong. But it is 6 p.m. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Noman the Frog, and Donna, and Jamie, and all of our moderators that showed up with their blue wrenches tonight. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Go stock up your Deathpiles. Go thrifting, shopping, buying wholesale, make money, be productive, all that good stuff. And thank you so much for. Thank you for joining me. You guys are the best. Bye.